what's going on, guys? So this is going to be a bit of a different video. If you saw my video about a month or so, I did a video called Nyazen Kinfake tree line or something like that. So basically that video showcased the original evolutions for Nyazen that were created by Mayu. Now, Deer Dog is also another fan kinfolk that ended up in the game. So Charlion, the creator, aka the person who's in the way of my relationship with Crank, was gracious enough to provide me with this Google document similar to the one we had access to for Nyazen. Now, she also gave some names for each of the forms, because if you didn't know, Deer Dog originally, and I don't believe that it's part of it anymore, but originally it was meant to be part of the Light Stag line, which is a kinfolk you may have seen in one of the trailers, as well as in various pieces of concept art. So yeah, it was originally supposed to be part of that line, and Charlion made an entire tree based around it, and Skymill took the Mon we know as Deer Dog, basically. So I'm gonna go through this synopsis here. And I haven't read any of it. I've only seen the pictures, so this is all going to be new to me too. The light deer line are typically quiet and gentle kinfolk. They travel in herds anywhere from 5 to 15 members and often dwell near grassy plains and forested areas, following their chosen leader with absolute loyalty. Fast and nimble, it is uncommon to spot a herd due to their wariness of humans. Blanket is the base evolution of the line. It has 6 potential evolutions. So as you can see here, by the way, look at this image at the top. It's so nice. So going down here, you can see the tree. So you have Blanket, which can transform either into the Light Stag or its 2 evolutions, and then it can transform to Barkgeist, which is the fan name for Deer Dog, which, I mean, Skymill, if you're watching this, SM Andrew, specifically, if you're watching this, Barkgeist, let's go. And it can evolve into one of 2 forms. So we're going to go through each of them and sort of talk about them. Again, these aren't official kinfolk. The only one is Deer Dog. Just remember that. But, I mean, they all should be official. So you know, Skymill, come on, guys. Blanket. A very small and very shy kinfolk, Blanket rarely stray from the herd, and when separated from the group, their first instinct is to hide. They rarely speak and instead communicate with others by lighting up the spots on their pelt in specific patterns. The more excited they are, the faster the patterns on their pelt blink. More active at dusk, they use their blinking lights to confuse predators and flee back to safety. So that's kind of cool, using the little light on their back to sort of say different words. Instead of like making noises at each other, that's how they speak. That's actually really cool. Playstyle, light type. Attacks are used both to temporarily blind and befuddle enemies, whilst also buffing Blinkless speed and helping it outmaneuver its opponents. Whilst it would typically avoid confrontation, if backed into a corner, it will retaliate with a series of reckless headbutts and kicks. Now, again, I apologize if I stutter a little bit. This is my first time going through this, and like I said before, this is not a scripted video. Anyway, Deer Dog, so potential name, and when we say potential, we mean you know, go campaign, because Barkgeist is an awesome name. Potential name Barkgeist. Geist is a pun on that word that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Bargeist, I guess. This unique, and by the way, I don't even know what that word means. This unique evolution of Blanket only occurs when the herd falls under attack and a death in the herd forces it to evolve into a more fierce-looking Deer Dog to protect its family. Deer Dog wears a deerskin pelt and lives alongside the herd as a protector and guardian. It will herd the deer away from danger and fight off any predators, giving the herd a chance to escape. Despite its carnivorous nature and appearance, this kinfolk is usually welcomed by the herd and often caught playing with the Blanket. Very rarely do you encounter one of these kinfolk running amongst the herd of Light Stag, but be cautious. If you do, and they see you as a threat, they will attack. Playstyle. A dark type with a fire lean. Deer Dog use a combination of bleed and burn debuffs to slow their opponents and gradually wear them down. They can also breathe singular streams of fire to ignite the field and block an enemy from moving in certain directions. In the wild, this would slow down and cut off predators so that the rest of the herd can escape. That's actually really cool, and I mentioned in my status effect video that bleed and I know we're pretty sure that burn's already in effect. Like, I'm pretty sure we saw that in the trailer, but bleed would be a really cool effect too. Now this is, okay, this, you guys see this kinfolk right here? This is God. This needs to be in the game. Like, this is one of the coolest kinfolk designs I've ever seen. Like, hands down. Like, oh my god. This thing's sick. I love this thing. The more I see it, the more I want it. The 3-headed dog. Okay, sorry. Cerberus. This evolution of deer dog is not something which occurs naturally. It only occurs when a deer dog has been killed in battle, and its spirit flame has been retrieved and revived by a human it trusts. Its urge to protect is so strong that not even death can deter this kinfolk. It comes back stronger than before, with traits of the legendary guardian Cerberus, more determined than ever to protect the kinfolk and the humans it's close to. While the central head is the quote-unquote leader of the other 2 heads, they do have their own personalities and opinions, which sometimes cause conflict. So sick. I like that idea of it like evolving based on on being revived by its human companion. We saw something like that, I believe it was with Nyazen. If you save it within a certain amount of time, its pre-evolution would evolve one way. If you save it before death. Playstyle, a dark with a fire lean. 3 heads can now breathe fire in multiple directions, making its attacks difficult to evade and often times making the field a dangerous place to navigate. In exchange for less mobility from the new larger size, Cerberus's arsenal of debuffs has also grown to include blinds as well as bleeds and burns, making it a formidable opponent in drawn-out battles. Cool. I want one on my team. Hashtag bring Cerberus to Kindred Fates. Let's make that trend, guys. Light Stag. So we know about the Light Stags in terms of it's an official kinfolk, just like Deer Dog, but this is a synopsis of it, given the fact that if it was part of this whole tree, which, like I said, I believe it was said by one of the devs, I don't know if it was Andrew, that said that it's no longer part of the same line. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think they're going to end up being part of the same line anymore. But, I mean, all you have to do is just copy paste all these designs and you're all good, guys. Make your lives easier. About Light Stag are the natural evolution of Blinket. Blinket are often naive and very timid in nature due to spending most of their lives being protected and mothered by their familiar herd. With time, experience, and independence, they naturally obtain their Light Stag form and resume the cycle of protecting and coaching those they class as family. Light Stag also do not have a very good relationship with humans, as they are one of very few kinfolk subject to poaching. The antlers on the Light Stag's heads do not shed naturally, but if forcibly removed will retain their glow and do not dissolve into ashes, making them very popular amongst certain circles to be carved into jewelry or ornaments as well as used in scientific studies. Damn. Light type, fast and nimble, Light Stag can also focus energy to their antlers to fire off powerful lasers and use their light attribute abilities to buff and support both themselves and their allies. So it's nice that when Charlian put these together, she also remembered how each type works. Like, light types tend to work on buffs and whatnot, and dark types tend to work on trickery and debuffs. So it's good that she this is really well thought out. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Curadiant, if I'm pronouncing that right. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Curadiant. The gentle queen of the herd, Curadiant represents the beauty of creation and life in nature. They have been known to revitalize even dead forests any forest inhabited with Curadiant is said to grow beyond natural limitations into the skies of a fantasy made real. Few Light Stag achieve this form, but those that do are often always made the leader of their herd, and they can spend their days sharing gifts with the forest they call home and to all those who live there. They will help and heal whoever needs it, regardless of their species. Playstyle, a light type with a Gaia lean. Oh, that's cool. Curadiant. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Curadiant will summon spirit stags made of light to deter enemies and buffs. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Yeah, because with the Gaia lean, it's gonna have tokens, right? That's actually a really cool idea. They're like light clones. They're like shadow clones from Naruto. That's really cool. Sorry. Made light to deter enemies and buffs her summons while using the very plants and trees itself to defend her herd and her home. That's cool. Terrain, I believe, because it's Sovereign and Terra. About the majestic king of the herd. Terrain represents the devastating forces of nature. They work alongside Curadiant and flatten dead lands before they can be revitalized into fantastical and expansive forests. Their stomps can split the earth in two and cause the ground to tremble. Two terrain fighting is said to sound like a clash of thunder, and the majestic horns are both said to be as sturdy as shields and strong enough to uproot trees. Playstyle, a light type with an earth lean. Terrain can target multiple opponents with their shaking stomps, throwing enemies off balance before charging towards them with their antlers lowered. Their buffs are primarily defensive, and their attacks are primarily ranged to keep opponents at a distance, with the exception of being their devastating charge. Pretty cool. So that's the last page of that. That's pretty dope. I mean, so Earth type is very bulky / tank sort of build. So it really works with a light, because the light is something that like buffs you. So you can give yourself buffs while you're also giving whatever type of heals and whatnot that the Earth type's giving you. So honestly, like this is some pretty cool stuff. Like Charlion, I'm sure you're watching this. I really appreciate this. Like, this is really cool. I'm gonna jump over to some of the pictures that she sent me, so I'm just gonna make a quick cut real quick, and then we'll check out some of these pictures. Okay, so first one, obviously we looked at before. We got the Bark Ice that evolves into Cerberus. You know, Cerberus, the sexiest kinfolk of all time. I mean, Deer Dog's already one of my favorites, but Cerberus, oh my god. Oh, yeah, okay. Anyway, and then at the bottom you have Blink It splits out. We've already seen this, so let's move on to the next one. So this is the normal form and the phantom form. Now, the phantom form, for a little bit of trivia, is actually based off of Crank and Charlion's dog. So that's the color scheme that the dog has. If you guys have ever seen Crank in the Discord, his Bork profile picture is also in that same color. So there you go. There's a little bit of Kinfake trivia for you. This is just some action shots. You see the, I really like the bottom right corner where it sort of shows that, you know, it works with the herd as a protector. And then you get a little bit of personality from the different shots. It's really nice. I really like this kinfolk. And then here you have a Slifer with loot, and he's like, oh, is that treats? Because, you know, he's a dog. He's a doggo. He's friendly. I believe this is the last one. This is really cool. So you have it using its AoE debuff / intimidation skill. It's called Howl. And then it has like over here, the second one's when it's being hurt. Then there's a biting animation. The fire animation, the line of fire that they mentioned, that's really cool. The idle, you know, just sitting. Blocking's pretty cool. Like, oh, it's so nice. The jumping. Yeah, I believe that's it. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about these kinfakes. I think they're personally really cool. Like, I have no issue if they just, like I said, copy pasted this entire diagram here and just put it into Kindred Fates real quick. Especially that one at the bottom, like the bottom right corner. That thing looks menacing as hell. But let me know if you guys want to see more kinfake videos, because this is definitely a topic that I like to cover. It's always great to imagine what kind of kinfolk could be in the game. And let's not forget, if modding becomes really popular with Kindred Fates, we could actually see kinfolks like these in the game. So, you know, fingers crossed. But like I said, I'd love to see these in the game. There's a lot of great lean, like there's a lot of coverage. So you got the lean with the Gaia, you got the lean with the Earth, you got the dark lean with the fire. So it gives it a lot of variety. Like, I feel like if they went this route, especially with the light stag evolutions, the male evolution would feel very different from the female evolution just based on how they play. One of them's like a tank, the other one's using minions, and then with the dark type you have the fire lead. It's just, I think they're really cool. So without dragging this out too long, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, let me know if you want to see more kinfake videos. Any other Kindred Fates suggestions. I still have a list of Kindred Fates videos I want to try to get through, but with the alpha coming closer and closer, I think that list is going to expand quite a bit. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at GymLeaderEd. Check out our subscriber Discord, all links in the description. Until next time, peace.